I feel like y'all were bringing a musical sound that actually forced you to listen to lyrics again.
I know. Yeah. What?
We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back with another episode of The Connected Podcast with my brothers. Well, this dude actually happens to be my actual family. My cousin Elijah Rios, my brother Nico Burgos, Quiet Room Records in the building. My brothers, thank you for being here. Appreciate
sir.
y'all being here.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course.
Appreciate you trucking all the way from. You know what's crazy is my good friend Chastity. She lives in Brooklyn and she never been to Yonkers. So when I told her I live in Yonkers, she's like, "Oh, you're in Buffalo." So
Upstate.
yeah,
Right.
it's upstate.
Upstate.
Yeah. So I
Facts.
appreciate you trekking all the way from Buffalo.
5-hour drive.
You know what I mean?
For a podcast.
It's raining outside.
It's nasty. It's nasty out there. Yo, so what's good, man? What's going on? What's going on?
You know, man, getting to it. Trying to make more content. Just put an album out.
Oh man,
Just
man,
put the merch out.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna
Trying
get to
things
that.
moving.
We're gonna get to
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
So, quick question, right? Obviously, I know, but our viewers don't know. You living in Westchester now, originally in the Bronx, but living in Westchester now, and Nico being in Coney Island, which shout out to Coney Island.
I don't live in Coney Island.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like from Coney Island. I'm from the area. Yeah.
So,
It's
so,
all
what, so
good.
what exactly does that mean?
So I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I don't want to say where I live, but
All right, cool.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up in Coney Island. I never lived in Coney Island. I went to school in Coney Island. My grandparents lived in Coney Island. So that was like my place to be.
Wow. So
Yeah,
you're a
but
fraud.
I don't live in Coney. Yeah, I'm a fraud.
Damn, bro. This whole
Yeah.
time I thought you were the only person I knew from Coney Island.
Technically, people would say I'm from Coney Island.
Nah.
All right.
If you ain't lived there,
That's
that's I mean.
I think, yeah. That's fine with me. I'll accept that.
All right.
That's
Well,
fine with me.
nonetheless, BK, right? We don't need to get specific, right? But BK, nonetheless,
Yeah.
that being a million miles away from Westchester, how do y'all two end up linking? How do y'all two end up getting together? Pause.
So, so I met his cousin in high school, Eric.
Yo, shout
So
out to
before I
Eric
knew Nico,
Plus.
I knew
Facts.
Eric, his
Shout out
cousin.
to Eric.
And I would just be at Eric's house, and he would be showing me how to make beats, and that's how I started making my own beats. I already rap, and he rapped too, so it was just me and Eric in the beginning. And
What
then
age is this? This was like when you're infamous.
this is like my
lunchroom-
sophomore year in high school, so I was probably like 16, right? 17 maybe. And then just being around Eric, like I started meeting his cousins and his family and shit. So
And I also
I'm-
shot videos, music videos.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
So he was a videographer, and he reached out to me like, yo, I see you be chilling with my cousin Eric. I make videos. I fuck with your music. Let's shoot a video. So one day he came to Mamaroneck and shot a video for me. And then over time, one thing led to another. We just became friends from that day. And he started making music over time. At first, he was making music like...
the day I shot the video for him, the first day, I recorded my first song that day.
No way.
Yeah.
But it was like a...
It was
It was like a
trash
joke song. It was
a
like a
joke.
joke. It was like because at
trash.
first he was like joking. He was like a made up name, and he was like it was like a parody. And then but he started taking it serious, and then we started being like hanging out a lot and just being. He would be there when I'm recording, and then he would record something, and then eventually we're just like, yo, we should just like make something together. We have everything here. We got producer, rapper.
Yeah.
It's just logical that we start making music. And then we just started getting better and better. And then one thing led to another. We made Quiet Room.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Oh,
on, hold
oh.
on. You trying to tell the whole story,
Yeah,
brother?
yeah.
Damn. So Eric was the producer.
Yeah,
Yes.
at that time.
So what happened with Eric? Where's Eric in the fold now?
Eric's still making music.
Oh, he
still making
does?
music. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
low key.
Oh,
He's like more low key than us.
He doesn't care
So-
about like
getting out there.
get like he's just doing it like to do it because he enjoys doing it, and like that's
Yeah.
he does it like for fun, and that's fine. Like
that's dope. That's dope. So you were always a videographer. That was always your passion, was to do video.
So like I started editing like video game videos on the internet.
Like Twitch joints.
This was like before
Twitch.
This was like I made like my first YouTube video in like 2006 or something. I was like 11 years
No
old.
way.
So I was recording. I had like a camera recording the TV, like I'm playing a game, and then over time,
Nah,
like,
you were the first ninja, bro.
come on, you know
That's
this.
crazy.
My good Brita.
Yo,
You know
that's
this.
crazy, bro.
So then I learned how to edit videos, and that's how it turned into everything else. Yeah.
That's fire. So I mean, that had to be like crazy equipment back then. That's not like what we shooting on now.
Yeah, back then, like
I forget what you.
You had the
shoot
grandpa camcorder that sat on
recording
your
my
shoulder?
TV, it was like a digital camera.
No
And then
way.
eventually they came out with like a capture card where you could plug in anything. You could plug in your cable to it and it goes to your computer. And you could have streamed on the internet with that. People were doing it at the time, but they weren't making money off of it. Now
on
they're making-
dial-up?
On
Because that's
no, it
crazy.
wasn't dial up. It wasn't dial up. It was definitely like actual high speed internet. it was like an Ethernet cable for sure. Dial up is
Not
nuts.
that
Yo,
old.
dial-up.
that old.
Nah, but I forget how much older I am than y'all, so that's why dial-up was crazy.
I experienced dial up.
Did you?
Like you pick up the phone and it fucks up the
Yeah, well,
internet
yeah.
and all that shit.
Yeah, I'd be in the chat room and I'd be like, "Ma, don't pick up the phone."
Yeah.
They
for
pick it
sure.
up, it was over, it was clipped. You'd be right in the middle of a conversation, and it's gone.
I still hear the AOL noise in my head.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
That shit is yeah.
Nah, but that was excitement when it was like you got mail, like it was lit. You were dying for that.
It was lit. You put your away message, it'd be like a song.
It's crazy.
I'm mad emotional right now. Everybody
Kiss Me Through the Phone by Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
It's wild. That's wild. So, so, what made you say, you specifically, like, yo, Elijah's doing his thing with music. I'm behind the scenes shooting videos. I want to start writing or rapping. Was it like he needed a Robin to his Batman, or was it like I fuck with this, I want to do this?
Nah. Because I made videos, I was like, I can make funny songs and mix it with the videos. But then like I did a video or two and I was like, this is kind of cringe. I'm not trying to do this. So then I started actually writing for real.
But a video, like a funny video, like some parody shit?
Like a funny music video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it. It wasn't like Elijah needed somebody to rap with or nothing like that.
Yeah.
He's Gucci by himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just worked out that way because we rapped in the same place.
Oh, okay. Dope.
Yeah.
And also like I don't know like a lot of reliable people. He's the most reliable person I know. So it's like like when you're trying to like get songs done and like you don't have money like to pay for features and everything, and like you end up making music with like your friends, and like anytime I had like a song for him or something, like I could always count on him to like send the verse, like to actually, and then we just built a rhythm where we just started before we one day we realized like we had all these songs,
Yeah.
and then one day we just thought to like start making albums, and then years went by and we had all this music.
So where did the label or the Quiet Room, like what's the story behind Quiet Room? I mean, the name alone, like.
He had a name for something. He like had his own
Yeah,
idea for something. I had my own idea, and then we scrapped both of those things, and we just said Quiet Room. Like mine was like Potential Genius or something. Like
oh,
that.
I remember that, and
And
mine
then-
was like Indigo Child or
Yeah.
some shit, some
And
shit
we-
that had no meaning behind it.
And we just grabbed both of them and just said Quiet Room.
Yeah, they
Okay.
called me one day and they were like, "Yo, so we were thinking of names, and like they said, this is him and Eric, and they were like, we should name it Quiet Room. Like, it just sounds right. Doesn't it sound right? And I was like, not really. I don't really like it.
Mm.
I didn't like it at first, but then they were like really like preaching for it. They were like, nah, like I don't think you get it. Like this is it right here. This is us. This is like this is
It's like a
the
clean,
perfect two words like for what we are. And I rode with it and it started rolling off the tongue, and then we got a logo, and
But what
now I love this shit.
but what part of those words like resonated with you that you was like, yo, that like, cause quiet, I don't really, to me, doesn't really go with music. Like, so
So I think it speaks to the way I interpret it, because there's a couple different ways to look at it, but I interpret it like the kind of understated way that we do things and put things out, where like other people will like throw a parade when they do things, or like do like some bullshit rollout, like where there's no authenticity in it, and it's like we're just sitting there with our heads down, getting to it in the basement, doing it exactly how we want to do it in our little space that we've created, room, you know what I'm saying?
copy.
And quiet, as I just said. And it's like, it just speaks to the way we do shit, like at our own pace and on our own watch. And
Out
we're
of the
not
way.
gonna, and when it's time, we just gonna do it. And it's not gonna, there might not be a parade or a thing. We're just like, here it is, because we stand on like the product itself that we provide. We think it's good enough to be like, boom, there you go,
So,
goodbye. Like,
I feel you. So what made that become like, all right, so Quiet Room was the name of the label. Now, like, where does the whole like radio station theme, because I know that the first album was Live from the Room, and that was when I first started to see the whole transmitter thing and all of that. Where did that come in? Like, how was that how did you come up with that theme for that?
so an important thing to understand about Quiet Room and like us is that what inspired us to make music the way we do is Little Brother, like the duo Little Brother,
Okay.
Fonte
Yeah.
and Big Pooh, and like they have an album called The Listening, which is like we got inspired from that album where
The
it's
minstrel show.
but The Listening is a radio. The minstrel show is a theme like that, but the listening is the one where it's literally based on a radio station.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And we got inspired from that, like how there's commercials on the album, and it's kind of there's like a message tied in it where you're making fun of like what radio is today and just like what the industry is today, and kind of also showing like how the radio would be if it was up to us, and just like our idea of music that should be or could be on the radio. And it's like, before we get on the radio, like we would just make our own shit.
Dope.
And we just ended up building around that idea, like, let's make a fictional radio station. Let's make it as if when you're listening to the album, you're listening to that radio station, QRR 17.6.
And it's like the first time we like went on concepts. Like we didn't really do concepts before.
Yeah.
It was like 10
were,
songs.
like, all
Here you
over
go,
the
10
place.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like 10 songs that make sense because all of the skits lead into each other.
Yeah.
Like between the song, you're hearing Elijah or DJ Empanada or whatever, right? So the idea of just having a concept is just to push an album, really.
And then the ideas start making themselves. Once you lay down the foundation of the idea, the rollout kind of happens on its own. Because then you're like, oh, it's a radio station. Like, there's DJs at a radio station. I got to make up DJ names. Oh, DJs have commercials. I got to make up commercials. And then, like, it just starts happening for you. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, boom, radio station. I could do, what commercials do I hear on the radio station? Like, 1-800, give me that. Get insurance now. get in an accident now, and
Yeah.
we'll give you $1 billion. Like,
Yeah, people coming to do freestyles at the radio station. Shit
yeah,
like
there's
that.
like so many ways you could play with the idea of a fictional radio station, and that's how we ended up making 2 albums
That's dope.
about that.
So I mean, I number one, like, you know, I've created this platform like super intentionally because you know, I wanted to showcase like dope ass people in my life. And the majority of them are entrepreneurs. Not everybody I speak to is an entrepreneur, but they're an entrepreneur, there's some sort of creative. And, you know, y'all are the first people that I have on that do music. And that's big to me, not just because you're my cousin and we're family, but I fuck with things that I got to see grow organically. Like that shit is so dope to me. And for you, like I remember seeing like your first fucking like lunchroom video that was shot on like a fucking Polaroid or something of you rapping.
Yeah, man. I was really rapping in the hallways. I really,
That shit
put-
exists on the internet. You
yeah, I
can
really,
find it on the
I really
internet
put
right
the
now.
time in. Since I was 8, I started writing, and I really just like loved to rap in public. Before all of this, all I did it for was for the 8 people that were standing in the hallway watching me. Like, yo,
Yeah.
tomorrow when we rap in the hallway, I'm gonna kill the 12 people that come to see me. And it's like, I still create with that same like intent. Like, yo, if it's 20 people, like I'm gonna smoke those 20 people. Like,
And that's dope. And that's why I said like, I'm a very like me and Nico debate all the time. Like me and Nico have like fucking
Yeah.
like
For real.
hour long like fucking musical debates about what I like, what he likes. But y'all as a group and as individuals, I fucked with it from jump because it was niggas that I knew, I knew y'all. And also because I feel like y'all were bringing a musical sound that actually forced you to listen to lyrics again. Cause that's my thing. Like I like to listen to lyrics. Like I like metaphors. I like shit that I gotta like play back and listen to. I like bars that mean something. I don't like I'm not the guy that wants to like catchy like jingle shit. Like I'm good on that.
and we make music like from frustration because we came from that, like being in the Bronx and like listening to Jadakiss and like the Locks and Dipset and like just people who were really rapping and like 7-minute like Beanie Siegel freestyles. Like we would like really listen to rap when we were. I was born in '95, so I was still there for that. Like,
Yeah.
and so that's like where we come from when we make music. Like, yo, like why is nobody like why aren't we just doing this still? Like why did we have to get off of that? We didn't. Like you could just if you just like rap, like you could just rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy because when I went to the Hip Hop 50 concert at Yankee Stadium this year, and like, just like thinking about that, like, damn, hip hop is only 50 years old. Like, you think about like the classical musics or like jazz or whatever, shit's been around hundreds of years, but hip hop only being 50 years. And I say, like, to me, I didn't live through the Africa Boombada shit. I wasn't in that era. But for me, I feel like the mixtape era was the golden era of hip hop. Like I
Yeah.
feel like there was this anticipation where it wasn't even about record sales
Yeah.
because those mixtapes were coming out 3 for $20. Like you would go downtown and buy a mixtape 3 for $20. So that was dope. You know what I'm saying? And it for me, I was fanned out over y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo,
Appreciate
these are my mans, and they putting on.
Appreciate it.
And I thought that was dope. And I see that y'all have always had a disdain for the industry, right? In terms of labels and all of that. What is that? What is that? Where does that come from? Where does that derive? Like y'all feeling like that about the industry and labels and signing to a major?
I think we just because we had the video skill, we had the engineering, we could write, we could do singing songs, whatever we wanted to do. It felt like we don't need that. Like we have everything we need right here. So it was really just more saying we don't need anybody to help us. That's kind of like the idea behind it. But also there's like more to it. Like people get fucked over and shit like that. So it really
And
depends.
like to branch off of that, like there's so many instances of like just on a small level, like we haven't even done any like huge business, but just on a small level, the people you run into, like show promoters or people that email you wanting to like offer to buy music on your catalog and own it, and then they own it until they make a certain amount off the royalties, and then you get what's left over on top of that. Like, there's just so many bullshit people that you meet just trying to, like, get into doors, like, trying to get a show, and they want you to, like, sell the tickets and yourself and, like, give them $500, and fucking at the end, somebody's going to come up to you after your performance and say, yo, you were amazing. Next Thursday, I'm doing a showcase where DJs from Hot 97 will be there, and there's not going to be any DJs.
Nobody, yeah.
There's not going to be nobody there. It's just like a circuit where they go to little showcases and they get young, impressionable artists who think that they're on their way up, and they carrot dangle them. And it's like when artists get signed, they end up regretting it one way or another most times. And you end up getting to the fact like, yo, I could have just built my buzz on my own. And the thing is, not a lot of artists know how to do all of the things, like engineer and make the artwork. And so that, to kind of bring it full circle, like every time we ran into something we couldn't do, we just learned how to do it. Yeah. So why would we stop doing that? We could just build our own thing at that point.
Yeah, somebody was like, yeah, we'll do your website for $5,000. We're like, yeah, okay.
And then he learned how to build a website, and we built the website exactly how we wanted it. It looks beautiful. And every time, we'd rather learn it.
Nah, I hear you. I get it. And I guess because I'm not in the music space, so I guess like I see it from a very like bird's eye view type thing. So this has nothing to do with selling out, so to speak, for y'all. Is it like, we don't care if it takes 20 years to pop?
I think it's more like that.
Yeah.
Second one. Yeah.
Yeah, like
people selling out, like they doing what they got to do.
There are good situations that a label might be able to present you. Like, everything is situational. There's no like such thing as like a standard contract or a standard deal. There's partnerships. Like, there could be maybe one day there's a scenario where we work with a label, but you said remind me what you just asked me, because I was getting to a point. You said,
like, is it that you don't want to, like, I'll give you a scenario. Like, if tomorrow Atlantic calls and says, yo, we got $1 million, sign here.
Well, the first thing I'd be thinking, if they're going to give you money, they expect it back. So my first thought would be, am I going to be able to pay them back $1 million? Maybe not. So it's not always a good thing. If I was to get an offer for $1 million, I would say, give me less money, give me $20,000, and let me own more of my music on the back end, so that I'm in more control that way. I could make an album for, how much did it cost us to make our album? Like the real number, like the real no bullshit number. Fucking $0.
Yeah, maybe we paid for the artwork.
Making the actual album, like before, yes, we paid to get artwork done. Yes, we paid for an animation, but that's like social media stuff. Like making music, it did not cost us money to make our album. And
I get it, because the like mixtape thing, or like EP, I don't know what the technical term is, that I did for CJ, for his album, that cost me like a little over 30 grand to put that together.
Oh well, yeah. If you get when you start getting features involved, and
I mean everything, because I did it like a major label would. You know what I mean? Like we did a filming, like we filmed, and again, I'm not a videographer, so everything that y'all know how to do on your own, I was having to pay somebody to do.
yeah,
So like we did a making of the album video. Then we shot like 4 in studio videos, like while
Yeah.
the tracks were being laid down.
Mhm.
Then we shot actual music videos. Then the paying for the features.
And the studio.
that's
Yeah,
the most
and
expensive
and the
part in my
studio.
experience is the features.
The features.
That's why we don't have a lot of features.
The radio play, like K Slade played a couple of our songs. Like
Mhm.
we did an album release party. We did merch line. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I get it. I
It's mad
get it.
shit.
Yeah, it's a lot
Now
of
that's
shit.
that's separate. Like obviously, you're gonna have to spend money when you start wanting to sell merch and building a website and all those things you just mentioned, like album listening party and shit. But yeah, it's tough. Like it's hard. I'm not gonna act like it's easy, but the alternative is possibly not having control over what you want to do,
But I think it's very situational, right? Like
for sure.
if it's somebody that like you have a job, you have a job. Like somebody that is rapping, you know, B Rabbit from 8 Mile, like you rapping to save your life, you rapping to put food on the table. Does that
They might let you do whatever you want. Like
yeah.
they might not want to control you. It's just like, all right, he's crazy, he's going off. Let's just do whatever. But I don't think there's a lot of B rabbits.
No, there aren't. There aren't. There aren't. But that's because, you know, the music has changed so much, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, who even listens to traditional radio anymore?
Not a lot of people. Well, no, a lot of people, but I know what you
Do
mean.
they? I'm not in that space, so I don't know.
It's the
like-
numbers are definitely down for sure. They talk about it like the radio numbers are down for sure, but
Yeah, people are like,
it still
reverting to
has
podcasts now.
has a market and a demographic. Like there is still millions of people who just want to hear the radio on their way to work or whatever. A 50-year-old mom who doesn't know how to work the Bluetooth.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like she just
Yeah,
wants to hear
but-
Z100, do prank phone calls.
So what I mean is like, if your situation was different, right? Like, you're fairly intelligent dudes, you know, and you
thanks.
yeah, you know,
Try.
you said, fuck it, I gotta get a job. I gotta pay my bills. But obviously you still get to see what the struggles are of the music industry. You know, you're not doing it to put food on the table, but you're still in a place like, yo, you know what? This shit ain't easy. Like, we need to build a website. We need to, you know what I'm saying? So do you feel like if you were to sign to a label and you had some sort of backing to say like, all right, we're gonna spend 25,000 on marketing, 25,000 on whatever, like, do you think that would elevate your experience right now or your reach or?
Reach for sure. Like you spend $25,000 on marketing, your reach is gonna do something.
The more money, the more advantage you have. That's just the fact. Like, and that's kind of the case in anything. But
Can you pay
the
that
moment
back?
you accept money from anybody, you should be thinking, I owe them that money. And there's things that come with owing people money, like control. Like it depends what the deal is. But if someone gives me $50,000 tomorrow, they might own the thing that they paid me to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, until I'm able to deliver and get them their $50,000 back. And I don't know if I want to put myself in that position, like knowing that I can make music for free. And
Yeah.
the only thing that I would say is worth spending a lot of money on is features for sure, because you want to try to get other people's fan bases to merge with yours.
But I feel like from seeing what I've seen y'all do, I feel like I've seen y'all grow exponentially without features.
That too. That's
So
Or that's what we don't really spend money on. We don't really do it a lot because we've done it before.
but never
and
mind
kinda,
the money. If it was free, right? If it was free for whoever, would it be like
to get
I want,
features.
I want it, yeah, to get whoever featured. Is it that, oh, I want to get with them so I could tap into their fan base and grow us further? Or is it, I really admire this guy. He's dope. I like his music. I would love to make a song with him.
It's both. It's mostly the second one. Yeah, I love this artist. We would make a great song, and I want to make great music. And
And if they're popular,
but also
that's a plus.
like, you know, you don't want to, like, of course you hope, like, if like I want to do a song with Styles P, I want to do it because I love Styles P.
Yeah.
But I would hope in the process all the Styles P's fans come listen to Elijah Rios and like, oh my God, Elijah Rios is crazy. And you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you kind of strategically pick and choose like the people, like I wanted to do a song with Fred the Godson because I thought he would appreciate like my type of rapping, and like we would merge together well. Like so you strategically pick and choose like who you would do a feature with.
Yeah, shout out to Fred. Fred was a different type of human being. Fred wasn't in it for the money. Fred was definitely in it for the love and the hip hop.
Yeah, he really looked out for us.
Yeah, he looked out. He looked out for my son. Fred was a real dude. So shout out to Fred. Rest in peace. But do you feel like at this stage in the music, right? Because when was the first Live from the Room? When did that come out?
2019, I think.
2019.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong, by the way.
2019 or
I could be
2020.
so wrong.
I mean, it feels like it was a while ago.
The
Yeah.
first song was recorded in September of 2019. The
2019.
first song we recorded, Zona.
Okay.
That was the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
song on the album.
Yeah, because we heard Little Brother's new album in the pool in Cancun, and we were like, yo, when we get home, we're making an album like this.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Fire.
And then we did that. We did, and then it became its own thing.
So is that intentional that there's this 5-year, 4-year gap of one album to the next?
No,
Or is that just life? Life is
that was just
happening.
life. I was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through shit. I just had multiple jobs. I had to be I was an Amazon driver. I'm a chef now. Like, shit is crazy, man. You know, I took maybe 2-year break from music. Like, there was a period where I was like depressed and I couldn't make music and I wasn't inspired. I didn't care. I was like, it'll come to me when it comes to me. And then we sat down one day. We had a talk recently, like earlier than that, like
Wasn't like-
6 months ago or something like that. Like, yo, we really gotta like get the ball rolling. Like we were sleeping at the wheel. Like, we gotta make more music, more content, write a plan, and we set a date to do Live from the Room 2. And
We wrote shit down.
yeah,
That's
we
really
made
it.
checklists.
Writing the checklist shit
Yo,
is,
but that
is it.
that's when
And
you,
we did it. We followed it exactly, and we got the album done at the exact date. Something I never do. You know, I got ADHD. I'm not good at like following plans and shit.
Not you.
I'm not good at following plans and structured shit. I do shit like my own way, but we did this shit like school. Like, we made it was like homework that we had to do.
Timelines
And-
And
yeah.
calendar invites.
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Zoom meetings, like literal business meetings, like just me and him. Like, yo, how could we do this? How much should the merch be? Boom. Who do we hire to do the logo? We're gonna redo the logo. We're gonna redo the website. We're gonna it's all gonna come out on March 1st, and we're gonna post this on Monday, and then we're gonna post this on Tuesday. Like, everything down to the Instagram post.
But do you see the results are so much different by doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the quality is different. When we would
was
do it
well thought
before,
out.
it was like all over the place. But when you write it down and you're actually following the plan, and you say you're gonna get at least a draft of what you wanted done on a date, you know, that you said way in advance, you have time like to fix it however you want. So eventually when you do drop, it's all prepared. Everything is prepared. So that's the idea. Writing
Yeah.
shit down is it.
Nah, I feel you because I do, you know, I do coaching and consulting for like small business owners and whatever. 9 out of 10 times when they come to me, the very first thing is, yo, I want to make more money. All right, cool. We're going to get to that. No, but I want to make more money right now. How can I get more leads? How can I close more business? And when I tell them that it's stuff like that that they haven't even mastered yet, like you haven't mastered time management, you haven't mastered project management. So you're all over the place. So if I were to give you 50 new clients tomorrow, you don't even have a foundation built that's sustainable for you to be able to handle those 50 new clients.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing applying to music. Like you want to put out, I tell CJ this all the time, my son, that's why he hates to work with me in the music space. But I'm like, look, I'm the analytical person. I don't do creative. You want to get this done, I could show you exactly how to get it done and we could execute. Creative shit, that's all you. So it's dope to hear that y'all came up with a plan because you have to grow not just as individuals, but as business because unfortunately they go hand in hand. Creatives always just want to focus on the creative side of it. Oh, I just want to make beats, bro. I just want to make music.
Yeah.
All right, so stay in your basement.
Yeah.
But if you really want to grow and get out there, you have to have a strategic plan like that. So that's dope.
And it wasn't even just like the album. It started as like what's next year gonna look like, and the album was like the first tick of the year, and the merch drop, of course.
Fire.
So yeah, it's definitely more shit happening.
Yeah, we just want to keep it rolling and like do shit by seasons. Like every season, something, whether it's a solo project from Nico, a solo project from me, another joint project, just whatever it may be. Something has to happen every couple months or every week or every day.
Yeah.
We're trying to get there.
That's part of like, I'm sorry to cut
No,
you off,
go ahead.
but that's part of like the planning of the timeline, right? So if you can't do shit every week, okay, so can you do it every other week?
Yeah.
Oh, if you can't do it every other week, can you do it every month? You gotta fit it somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta try to fit it somewhere. So
and,
like
and
we landed
committing
on
to it.
exactly.
Yeah, and committing to it. Because that'd be the biggest thing. It's a discipline to commit to it. Everybody want to do something and then, all right, let's put a plan together. Oh, I got this going on, my girl, this, that. Like, so do you feel like y'all, like buzz or like fan base is growing more now that you're trying to be more intentional and more consistent with putting stuff out? Or do you feel like it's like the same folks that have been there from the beginning, your core fan base, the guys that got your logo tatted on them and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, you know, do you feel like now you have a more intentional plan of growing the fan base and what does that look like for y'all? Because I know that, listen, if I get 5 people to listen to y'all, that's big for me.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason why I put, you know, y'all your song on the promo trailer, and a lot of people hit me like, "Yo, who is that?"
Yeah.
But do you feel like the goal is to keep on supplying your core fan base with music because they love y'all and fuck with y'all, and you're only worried about that because you're not looking at this necessarily for money, or are we looking at this for money?
Yeah.
Like,
So it's been like a slow but steady thing. We still have like our core fan base that we're trying to serve. I feel like if you're just being authentic, like you could do both. Like you could serve the people that have been there with you forever and gain new fans. Unfortunately, like the world we live in today, like the way you gain new fans, it's like all social media. Like you have to post content every day. You really like have to have something to post
yeah,
every day. You have to like, there's like 1 million people. Maybe you follow 1,000 people, maybe you follow 5,000 or 100,000, whatever. That's all people that are like your competition for like, look at me. Like everyone's standing
Yeah.
on your phone going, look at me. And unfortunately, we too have to get in line and say, look at us. And to do that, you have to like be present every day. And so that's our plan, is to like be more present and like post and knock people's head off with promo and like just be there in your face so you never forget. Because it's easy to forget about someone you fuck with, like if you don't see them for a long
Yeah.
time. Like I fuck with Action Bronson, but when he took a break on his show, like I forgot, like when he came back, I like forgot he had a show.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta like stick around.
So is it just social media? Because I remember at one point y'all were doing like, you know, live shows, whether they were like huge venues, you were still doing live shows. Like, you know, what is it? Is it just a social media focus to grow right now? Or is it just that's the easiest thing to do because y'all have other lives to live and things to do?
It's the most important one, but live shows helps too. But at the level that we're at, like the shows that we get, like, you know, I'm always trying to get shows, but they're not big shows. They're like little bars and the things. Like I'm proud to say it. Like I'll go perform somewhere and it'll be like 25 people in the crowd, but like it's a step. And
Yeah.
if it wasn't, if the crowd, if there was 2 people there at the end of the day, it would still be good for you to like get the rust off and like perform and just do it and like know that and get better and use it as practice. And it does help. Like usually when I do a show, like 2 or 3 or 4 people or 5, maybe 6 will follow me, they'll post me. But like we need to start getting bigger shows for it to really like match up to what social media could do. Cause like, you know, if I was performed at like Rolling Loud or something, then I would hold shows at a higher regard
Yeah.
in terms of what they could do for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm performing at like Blackthorn 51 for 50 people
Yeah.
or something. So, yeah.
I hate shows.
Yeah.
I hate shows.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know why I hate shows. Like, it's fun. The adrenaline is cool, but I like performing in my booth in my little quiet
Yeah.
setting.
Yeah.
Because it feels, the shows we do feel like talent shows.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like, it does sometimes feel awkward. Like, fuck. Like, I feel like I'm doing show and tell right now. Like, in this fucking
Yeah.
bar. Or like I'm at an open mic and like,
Yeah.
and like it's 10 other people performed before me and they sucked. But like, you try to like ignore that stuff. Like me, like I just love rapping
Yeah.
in a crowd. Like I said before, like I did at the beginning of all this, like I just did it for the hallway.
Yeah.
So like that takes me back to that place. Like I'm in the hallway right now. And like I just want to keep doing shows because if we theoretically if each one will be better than the last one, hopefully, if you're doing things right. And one day we will be at like a festival or something, and then things will start to grow for real. If someone will just invite us to a show or something, I'm trying to
Yeah.
rap at your festival, book me or something.
Word.
Damn.
I'd be
But-
ashamed if somebody invited us to a show.
Yeah, but is that why you feel like that? Because it's a smaller venue or a smaller
Sometimes.
crowd?
I have like multiple reasons, but sometimes it'd be like, yo, I fucking hate that this is a small crowd. Sometimes
Yeah.
it'd be like, damn, I haven't did a show in 4 years, so talking on a mic in front of everybody is not. I don't remember my lyrics
Oh,
because I
shit.
record
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
you'll. For me specifically, I like record and then I'm done. Like I don't listen to that song a lot of the times, or I'll listen to it 85 times. I'll remember the lyrics and then I'll forget it because I didn't hear that song ever again. You hit me up all the time about songs like, yo, you posted that yesterday, is deleted now. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, yeah, because that's like I always wonder, is it that you posted it and you deleted it because you didn't like it?
No, I'm a fan of leaks. I'm a fan of like
Oh, okay.
when songs came out on some strange website because somebody had like their phone in the room to record. I like shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So I like to throw out like a leak. Like one of the songs, Not That, was like
Yeah.
something I posted mad
I
long
remember.
ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like doing shit like that.
Okay. And it's a strategy behind it.
Yeah.
Because I was always like, damn, like he would post some shit that I fucked with, and when I go back to listen to it, he done took it down already. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro.
It's funny because like I used to do that on Instagram, and then I started following more people, more artists, and I didn't realize other artists do this fucking same thing. They like post the screen recording of their notes, and then like it's like their leak of the song. I didn't know other people did that shit until I fucking
dope.
started following other people.
Dope. So what's next? What's next for QRR? What's on the horizon? What are we working on? If you can leak that, if you can put that out.
So we don't gotta be mysterious about this shit. Like I plan on making a lot more music. Like I want to make another album, a solo album, and like I know he's probably gonna try to do one.
Yeah.
Like we just want to like go back and forth and like play ping pong with the shit. Like I do something, he does something, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then it just grows and it grows and it grows. And if we just stay consistent and we stay present, like online, then mathematically we can't lose. More people should just see us and see our faces, and that's our plan, is to just be more present.
Yeah. And then with the seasons, you'll see new merch every season. That's the idea.
Fire.
Because if really choosing the timeline of a season is like every 3 months, because obviously other people do, but we don't really have the time to be thinking of new merch to drop or drawing a new design or anything like that. So separating it in that way gives us some room to actually put out a quality product.
Yeah, and talk about that real quick, because I want to like give y'all your props and your flowers. Like y'all have come a long way just on the merch. You know what I mean? I remember the big fit Gildans and
Yeah.
you know, they were like a itchy material. But
Love those
you know,
shits.
now you got
Them shits was hard.
yeah. Nah, they were. Yeah. Listen, I bought all y'all shit, so I mean, I fuck with all of it. But I see now, I love to see like the quality is different and it's better. And I feel like when I tell people all the time, like, yo, especially like a lot of my real estate clients, I'm like, yo, like, stop buying these T-shirts that no one's gonna want to wear to give away. Like, oh, we gave them away in a gift bag. That shit went in the trash, or it's stuck and buried in somebody's closet, and a dude.
Or they just like wear it to sleep.
Yeah, a dude's
to
gonna
eat
wear it
cereal
to fucking
and
paint.
spill milk on.
Yeah, to change his oil. He's gonna put that
Yeah.
on. Like, nah, like put some thought into it. Like, what does it feel like? What is the texture of it? Because people just want to put merch out just to say, oh, I got a T-shirt, and then
we want to put shit out that's like, I don't want to ruin this. Like you said with the hat, like you gotta. I know you don't got it. I know you're fucking around, but that's the idea. Like you got a quiet room item. Like you don't want to fuck with it. You don't want to bend the brim. You still got the pin.
I got everything. I got
People message me like
I still got the sticker on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
People message me like I lost the pin. Fuck. I'm like, well, it's a wrap for you. You're done.
Yeah.
And we want to really walk the walk and not just talk the talk when we say like our shit like really does stand next to, like, if you held a Nike sweater next to it, like the quality really does like rival that of like a major $1 million company, and we're just two people from New York. Like, and like if you just think through what you want to do and really like execute it the right way, there's no reason my shit can't be just as good as the best Nike sweater you've seen. Like, the stitching is as good as anything I've ever seen, full chest embroidery. It's not printed. It's not a Gildan hoodie or some shit. It's not going to shrink. The strings are nice and thick. It's not going to fall off in the washing machine. I know my old ones, the shit used to come out. But yeah, man, I think this shit would do pretty good in a blind field test, or, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So now that we have somewhat of a game plan, right? And this is just my opinion, right? Like as a fan that has seen y'all grow from the beginning, right? I think that y'all should not just share content that like spreads your music, but also like the shit that you're sharing right now, because that's dope for your fan base to know. Like, and maybe a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Like, I fucked with the visuals or the cover art and all of that for this album heavy. I remember I was talking to you in your DM. I was like, yo, like the motion graphic joint that you did. And you were like, yo, I did that. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I think that y'all should share more of that, because people really will resonate with that more. Like when people really know that, there's so much sweat equity in it. You know what I'm saying? That are saying like, yo, damn, like they made the album cover. They did this.
Every single thing related to the album was done by us, except actually we did pay someone to do the logo. But other than that, like We did all those little like animated posts that you see with like the rain, and we everything, everything. The mixing, I mixed the album, I mastered it, I
The beats on the album.
beats on the album.
Yeah. Oh well, we do have one feature, DJ Cam One.
Mm,
Oh
He
yeah,
did.
that's
Yes.
LMA's DJ.
okay.
Cool dude.
By feature, I mean production on the
Production,
album. Because
okay.
there was other features.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But that's dope. That's dope. And again, like I think that, just like my biased opinion, I think that however it is that you could deliver that, whether it's in a video or something that lets your audience know, like, and your fan base know, like, there's a reason why we want you to spend the $10 and buy this album, because we put, there's no major backing us, and we put the time, the blood, sweat, and tears into it. You know what I'm saying?
we got to do better at documenting the process.
Yeah. There's usually not someone there to film
Yeah.
when we're working. Cause
Yeah, but you don't.
He's
But
at his
you
crib and I'm
but,
at mine.
Yeah, but you could get creative. Y'all are creative.
Yeah, I'm
like,
about to set a
like-
tripod up or
like
something.
even something that just explains, like, that y'all did those animated. I thought that was dope. I thought that was fire. Like, the album cover looked so dope. I remember I hit both of y'all saying, like, y'all dropping vinyls? Because I thought it was a vinyl.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I want a vinyl. Like, this shit look fire.
Fucking scammed you.
Yo, yo, I
Fucking
remember I
Yeah,
was
we should've
telling
just
Nico,
stole your money.
I was like, bro, like I'm trying to cop a vinyl. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, you talked a little bit about like that you were in like a depression, and I know what that's like, and I'm not creative, and I'm not like, I tell people all the time, I feel like as many entrepreneurs as I talk to, the ones that have it the most difficult are the ones that have to be creative to make money, or have to be creative to be successful, because that depends on everything else in your life. There's so many other factors. Like, if you're hurt physically, you're not in a good space mentally,
Yeah.
you don't feel good. And I know what that's like for myself. Like, people like, yo, like, especially recently, they're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you still do real estate? Because like I haven't put no real estate content out, and they see me doing production stuff. They say, like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, yo, it's crazy how many people relate to, like, if you're not posting or you're not putting out stuff, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah. I had somebody message me on Facebook like, yo, you still do music? It's just that I don't post on Facebook.
Yeah. But what is that like as a creative when you hit those blocks, to be like, yo, I'm in a rut? Like, do you even know that you're in it?
Yeah, for me, like I just accept defeat. Like I can't, like when I'm in that, like I can't. Sometimes you just can't get out of it. Like for me, it's hard to. If you don't feel like making music, it's hard to make music. It sounds simple, but it takes a lot of like love and energy to make music, like from your heart, like to create a song, to even want to think of creating a song. Like first you got to feel good, then you got to feel inspired, then you got to
Feel
feel
Not tired.
yeah, like I could do something with this inspiration and create with it. And like that's like a 3-step process, or 100 steps depending on how
Yeah.
you look at it, depending on what's going on in your life. But yeah, man, when you work all week and you have to have a regular job, I'm a chef. Or cook, I shouldn't say chef. Like
Nah, fuck all that, nigga. You a chef. We saying that, like, we speaking that into existence.
But
You
there's
a
a
chef.
process.
Like,
There's
we
a
not.
process, My
So-
brother's a chef. I'm a cook.
Yeah, shout out to Max, but
Like you get beat down from working, like, and especially when you're a cook, because you get yelled at by chef and shit, and you get someone yelling in your face. I work for one of those crazy chefs, so like life gets stressful sometimes. Sometimes you're sleeping and you're thinking about like your prep list or something, and like then you remember like, yo, I'm a rapper, like I'm supposed to be making an album, and I'm thinking about making roast beef tomorrow at work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like life gets weird. Like it's weird like that. Sometimes you can't rap when you get home because you got to cook roast beef tomorrow at work. Like it's really, life is weird like that. Like
yeah.
You could push through it, you could try. You could try to make music and push through it. It might not sound like you want it to sound, or it might sound like you want it to sound. You could wait it out, like wait out that little rut that you're in, and just come back to it. If you come back to it, you're still an artist. If you leave forever, then you're no longer doing the thing that you're supposed to do.
But is there something that, like, for each of you, like, is there something that you've noticed will get you back in it? Like a place or a thing or a...
I think vacation helps.
Yeah. I've noticed that with the both of y'all.
Yeah.
And like every time y'all go on vacation,
Yeah, that's a thing.
there's a like, all right,
thing
they gonna,
after,
yeah,
yeah.
they gonna drop some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vacation helps. To be honest, for me, I take ADHD medication, and that shit helps me. Like, I went a couple years with that because I didn't like taking it anymore, but I started working like a crazy job where I needed to be like on point. So I started taking it again, and that's like around the time where I started making music more, because it just made me more on point and sharper up here. And yeah, that's the reality. Is that's what helps me is medication.
Medication.
I got ADHD too. Nah, I just started medication though, so I haven't experienced like that feeling of like
Yeah.
I want to jump in and do music. For me, it was more like having this conversation right now would have been difficult for me 2 months ago. Like, you're talking to me and I can't hear shit you're saying, and then afterwards I feel bad. Like, what did you say, bro? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Zoned out.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
damn, maybe I should get some medication too. That's
Get
me.
diagnosed. See
That's
if
me.
you got ADHD.
That's me every day, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
me every day.
But see, I have a theory that like everybody has it now. Like, it's like a thing that like just happens like to the newer generation, like with phones and everything, and like it just makes us more like it killed our attention span or something.
There's a
know?
medication shortage, so like people with ADHD can't get the stimulant medication because that's like
Like
what
Adderall
everybody
is-
wants. They want the Adderall, they want the Vyvanse, like they can't get it.
No way.
So like even let's say you did say, okay, I want the medication, I want the stimulant, they'd be like, okay, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to even get it to your pharmacy.
Damn.
Yeah.
you
So
might
now
have
they
to
got
wait.
some new shit called Strattera, where it's like nothing, like you don't feel it necessarily when you take it. It's like working in the background. It's hard
Okay.
to explain, but yeah.
Like a build up over time. type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Like you gotta take it for 30 days and then you start feeling different.
Got it. Got it. Well, my brothers, I appreciate the both of y'all being here. Let the people know either camera where to find y'all, what your names are, where they could get your music, where they could get your merch. Let them know.
So I'm Elijah Rios on everything. Lijahrios. Elijah without the E, if you forget. You can go on our website if you like our merch at qtrmshop.com. We got our music on there. There's links to our albums, and we're on all streaming platforms. And yeah, man, follow us on Instagram. You'll see a lot of more content from us. And yeah.
I'm Nico, aka Big and Strong, aka Elijah Rios. Yeah, that's my other shit. Follow me NICKOQR everywhere. I think you'll figure it out.
Yo, appreciate y'all for being here, man. I really do. This was dope for y'all to be my first music guest. And
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all music, what y'all are doing. I'm always going to be a big supporter and fan and do whatever I can to push it. But thank y'all for being here, man.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you.
course.
All right, my bros.
Appreciate you.